Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Thursday. It's Daryl here. It is bright and freaking early, man. It's 2:35 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. It's one of those mornings where I just woke up real extra early this morning. I can't believe I get up this early. I fall asleep about 6 p.m. these days. Once summer comes, I'm going to have to start making these videos later. I'm going to have to adjust back to summer hours. Okay, today's video, it's about recovery. It's about Bam Margera. It's about the Mighty Ducks movie. Shaun Weiss. I believe he played the goalie in the movie The Mighty Ducks. I had never heard of him, honestly, until this morning. I want to talk about him and his recovery. And I want to talk, if I got a little time left, I'd like to talk about Steven Tyler and his lawsuit. Back from 1975, he got sued for an incident that happened in 1975. Was that 50 years ago? 49 years ago? It got dropped, and I want to talk about that. Okay, let me start here. I'm glad to be doing this video this morning. For the last 3-4 days, I've been talking about Donald Trump and his supporters, and a lot of times, like after I did yesterday's video, I just don't feel good. I feel it becomes a weight. I don't know if it does for you guys too. I haven't looked at the views. I haven't looked at the comments. But after talking about Donald Trump and politics and all that stuff and trans rights and everything like that, it gets really heavy after 4 or 5 days. And after I did yesterday's video, I didn't feel good. It's just too much weight. So I want to talk about something positive: recovery. Okay, let me talk about Bam Margera really quick. I haven't done a Bam Margera video in a long time, right? Why is that? That's because Bam Margera is doing very well. He's clean and sober, and there's nothing to report. And this is something that people in recovery, I think they have to, I've had to learn to deal with. That people seem to be a lot more interested in you, a lot more concerned, a lot more right there for you if you're doing badly. People are very much more, like on my Facebook page, I noticed this a long time ago. I've been clean and sober since October 23rd of 2006. And just a couple days ago, I have a book collection, and I saw people talking about books, and I have a few friends that are librarians, and I posted pictures of my book collection. The nice books, hardcovers with the gold leafing and all that. And not one like, not one comment. And honestly, I've stopped posting on Facebook. I haven't posted in a week. Because nobody even comments anymore. Here's the thing, though: if I just said one thing about having I haven't, God forbid, I haven't relapsed or anything like that. But if I started talking about having a bad day, people seem a lot more interested when you're doing badly than when you're doing good. And Bam Margera is a perfect example of that, unfortunately. And this is, like I said, this is something I think you kind of have to learn to live with in recovery. That people aren't just aren't interested in you. They're not. When you're doing good, people, it almost seems like people want to see you. They're concerned, but I think something inside, people want to see other people doing worse than them because it makes them feel better about their own lives. Like, look at that guy. That guy's doing worse than me. I told you guys about the drug hierarchy. Like in recovery, I've been in and out of rehabs over 13 times back when I was getting clean 17 years ago. 14 times I was in detoxes and recovery units, and I learned the hierarchy. That there's the people that are in there for drinking, or the people that are in there for mental issues, say, well, I'm in here for mental issues. At least I'm not in here for drugs. And this is true. They say, I don't do drugs. I'm not a druggie. Right? And then the people that are in there for alcohol say, well, look, at least I'm just using alcohol. I'm not in here for drugs. Okay. Then the people that are in there for weed and drinking, they're like, well, I'm just using weed. And, there's this whole hierarchy. And the people that feel like they're doing better, well, those people are doing worse than me. Then it goes down to the cocaine, the people that use powder cocaine. Well, at least I'm not smoking crack like these guys. They're worse than me. I swear to God, I saw this every time I was in. People feel, unfortunately, I'm probably guilty of this too. And it goes all the way down to, well, at least I'm not using heroin. At least I'm not shooting heroin. The people that shoot heroin are pretty much at the bottom of the hierarchy. And the weird thing about that is they almost relish that. I hate to say that, but there, I've talked to addicts and recovering addicts before about this, and back when they were using, there was some kind of the shock value. Like, yeah, I'm a heroin addict, I'm a junkie, be scared of me, and unfortunately, there was almost like a big FU kind of thing to it. Yeah, I'm the bad guy. Anyway, like I was saying, Bam Margera, he's doing good now, and I don't see him on TMZ. I'm not even talking about him. Why aren't I talking about him? Because there's nothing to talk about. His life is good. I've talked about this before too. Like, some people might think my life is boring. Like I said, there's nothing that I have to lie about. There's nothing that I'm ashamed of. There's no place I go, nothing I do that I would lie about, that I have to be ashamed about. I mean, there's things I do wrong. There's things I'm embarrassed about. But there's things I don't, there's nothing that I have to lie about. My life is an open book. It really is. I could carry a camera around with me from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed. And I could show that on YouTube. Yeah, except for maybe a few moments with myself here and there, but and there'd be nothing, and some people, when you're in recovery though, you realize the weight that's been lifted off you. Life is so enjoyable. It's such a weight to have that shame and that hiding parts of yourself. It got to the point when I was using that I lied to myself. I swear to God, I didn't know what the truth was. It got to the point where I would lie about stuff that I didn't even have to lie about. Stuff that was just ridiculous. Like, oh, I ate tuna fish yesterday when I really ate a TV dinner. And why, I would just lie about everything. It got to that point that was just, I lost track of who I was. I didn't even know why I was lying about stuff. Okay, let's fast forward. I never heard of Shaun Weiss till this morning. He apparently played the goalie in the Mighty Ducks video. Now down below, there'll be the story. It was on TMZ this morning. And he posted 2 videos on Instagram. I'm going to have those 2 links right down below so you guys can watch them. They're short. You can click right on them down below. And he posted the first one. Now this guy has been clean and sober for 4 years. Like I said, he's a comedian, and he was in the Mighty Ducks, with Emilio Estevez. And then there was a Mighty Ducks 2, I think, and maybe a 3. I don't know. So this proves my point. Because unless, people think, now, people were worried, apparently, and I'll talk about the comments. So he posted a video. He's been clean and sober for 4 years. God bless him. He was addicted to methamphetamine and heroin, which I can relate to because I was addicted to crack cocaine and heroin. And it's very, the low that you sink to is pretty similar in both cases, although I think methamphetamine is the worst. But that's neither here nor there. Okay, so he posted this video, and he's talking about, and see, being a recovering addict, I could see who he is. I could see he's clean. One of the things, though, like when you're older, like he's 13 years younger than me. He is, let's see, I'm 58. He is 45. He was born in 79, I believe. Here's the thing I learned. Always, when you get older, like after you get over 40 years old, never point the camera from a downward angle up at your face. Never do that, because you look older as you start to, you start to age. If you look at this camera right now, it's pointed downward at me. You always look, your body looks more, I have more the man shape, the V. The only thing is my forehead looks bigger from this angle. And he's shooting this video from a downward angle. And he looks, I'll post his pictures from when he was using. I mean, this guy, you want to talk about rock bottom. This guy was talking about how he had bugs in his hair, and he was, he was down to like, I think he said 93 pounds, living on the street. This guy, that's a rock bottom I didn't even get to. And he looks a lot better now. Although, I think maybe I was blessed with genes that, I'm 13 years older than him, but I feel like I probably don't look as old as he does at that age. But these are some of the things that I think contribute to people being worried about him. And he's talking about how he's going to meet his fans. and how he's blessed, how he's getting paid to go meet his fans, and how great, and I understand what he's saying. How great is my life now? I'm going to talk to people that enjoy my work, and I'm getting paid for it to hang out with people that like me, that are in my fan club. That's great. That's an ideal job. And he see, I do this too. He talks kind of as things come into his head. He's just being himself. As thoughts are coming into his head, he's just letting it all out. And he goes quack quack, because Mighty Ducks. And then he starts like talking. He says, "Well, why did I say that? Why did I say why the quack? Nobody has it." He goes, nobody's forcing me to say this. Why? Because then he goes, because you won't like me if I don't say quack quack. And I see, that's somebody speaking their heart. That's the epitome of sobriety right there. He's talking about how great his life is now, how he enjoys being clean and sober. And then he just kind of, to me, it looks like he's stretching the video a little bit. And he just is speaking what's coming into his head. Quack, 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 and all that. And he has a red mark on his forehead. And apparently this is from his, a lot of people get into religion. And this is it's a form of like meditation, and he had, it's like with the third eye right here. So he has a mark on his head. Okay. So that video, people get all worried about it because the mark on his head, people think he fell down or something. Let me say this. He was addicted to methamphetamine and heroin. People that are addicted to methamphetamine and heroin really don't fall down like that. Don't just fall down and hit their heads. People that drink tend to fall down and hit their head. I'm being honest here. People that are addicted to methamphetamine tend to scratch. You'll see like rashes and pimples and sores from scratching things that aren't really there. So that right there, being in recovery, I could see these people are worried, worried for nothing. But is it really worry? Like I said, people seem to be a lot more concerned with your life when you're doing badly. Like I said, like on my Facebook page, nobody's even acknowledged any of my posts. I stopped posting, and tomorrow or today, if I said anything about, oh, I'm doing terrible, I'm depressed, I don't know if I could go on, I relapsed or something like that, I'd probably get thousands and thousands and thousands of views, which in a way it's good. But in another way, you get the feeling that people are just want to see you, they're just there for you when you're doing badly, which is a good thing. But, the underlying feeling is that they want to see you. They feel better when you're doing badly. Like, oh, poor guy, let me help you, kind of thing. Luckily, my family trusts me and everything like that. They could tell. They were around me all the time before when I was using, and they're around me now. And there's no question. And I am so grateful to them for trusting me. They've never questioned me in the last 17 years, and they haven't had a reason to. Here's something funny. A lot of times I have dentures. And we went out to eat, like I talked about in the last two videos. And my dentures have gotten loose because I've lost weight. You have to get your dentures adjusted. And I use powder to secure them, this white powder. A lot of times when I'm eating at restaurants, I have to excuse myself from the table and go in the bathroom to fix my dentures. And we were at the restaurant the other day, and this happens all the time. If even when I go in my relatives' bathrooms after a meal, I leave a little white powder on the sink, or there's actually white powder like on my face or on my shirt, and they laugh. They get a laugh out of it, because if somebody else saw me and they know that I'm a recovering cocaine addict and I'm walking out of the bathroom with white powder on me, my family gets it. They got, I love them to death. But I think sometimes it's like people, they don't want to see you do badly. But there's a little something in everybody, I think, that it makes them feel better about their own lives when somebody else is in a downward spiral. And I hate to say that, but I'm willing to bet I'm probably like that too. Okay, let me read you the comments that people said. Praying for sobriety for you. We're rooting for you, man. You got this. Another one. Shaun, I grew up watching you. Please take care of yourself. Another one. Dude, seek treatment. I'm praying for healing. Another one. Hope all is well. Another one. Did he relapse? You need a new sober group. The people around you were not there to help you, man. You know, how does this guy know that? Those are the ones that really bother me. How does this guy know who's around you, who you're hanging out with? Ducks fly together. You're not alone, sir. Never, ever. That's kind of nice. One day at a time, buddy, and enjoy the moments. That one's good. That one could be, that's not accusing him or questioning him of relapsing. Some of these are kind of borderline. Some of them, like the one about you need a new sober group. When I see that, I just did a video, like when I started doing the videos, the spoken word videos. If you go back to the first one I did, I had people attack me all over the place. Oh, look at Grandpa. He's on drugs again. Here's what drugs do. And those, it doesn't bother me. The grandpa comments bother me more than the relapse comments. Honestly, the relapse comments don't bother me. It just makes me. It kind of strengthens my resolve, because in my heart, I think these people would like to see me relapse. The people, like when I'm talking about Trump supporters or whoever. The people that disagree with me, I think deep down they want to see me relapse. They want to see me do badly, and that strengthens my resolve to even more to stay clean. Okay, so he posted another video because of all these comments, and like I said, these two videos will be down below. And he actually wipes off the third eye, and he goes, "Okay, see, you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about me. This guy is me. Shaun Weiss is me. Being in recovery. If any of you are in recovery, watch the two videos, and you'll see exactly what I'm saying. If you've been in recovery." You look at this video and you're like, God bless him. He's enjoying life. He's being himself, and the people that are worried about him need not be. It's nice that they're concerned, if that's what it really is. If there's not just a little part of them that wants to see somebody fail, just so their life looks a little better. If that's the case. All right, man, I'm running long. I can't talk about Steven Tyler. I'm going to have to do that in the next video. I'm at 17 minutes, and people don't watch my videos when I run too long. I'll be back later with the Steven Tyler comments. You guys have a good Thursday.